Today's wireless-enabled systems often require troubleshooting in both the time and frequency domains. In the next few minutes, you will see how easy testing can be with the MDO4000 series of mixed-domain oscilloscopes. With 4 analog channels, 16 digital channels, and 1 dedicated RF input, the MDO4000 offers a new way of testing. One global trigger event will trigger all 3 acquisition systems, analog, digital, and RF, ensuring your signals are time correlated. The MDO4000 series offers a comprehensive suite of triggers with over 135 trigger combinations. These include triggers such as edge, pulse width, runt, setup and hold, as well as triggers for specific data patterns on a parallel bus or serial bus. A number of different serial standards are supported, such as I2C, SPI, USB, and many more. The source for trigger event can be any analog or digital channel. You can also set the trigger source to be a specific RF power level on the RF input. Regardless of what source or trigger type is selected, the important thing to remember is that a single trigger event triggers the entire system. The first example shows how a serial bus is used to control the turn-on characteristics of a frequency hopping signal. The first step is to set up the MDO to capture when the serial bus command is issued. In this case, an SPI bus is being used to send the command to the RF system. Now, both the serial bus command and corresponding hopping sequence are visible on screen. To get a better view of what's going on, a longer timescale will be used. With this view, it's easy to tell there were 2 separate commands for each of the frequencies used. Scrolling through the record easily shows how the signals switched from one state to the next. Next example shows an RF power level trigger on a signal being modulated with amplitude shift keying. The instrument was set up initially to trigger on the large positive pulse on channel 1. In a similar manner, the MDO will now be set up to trigger on a pulse width in the frequency domain. The goal is to isolate the widest negative pulse on the amplitude versus time trace. Remember, this trace tracks the amplitude of the center frequency as it changes in time. Now a rise time measurement will be added to further analyze the RF trace. The ability to use a power level of your RF input as a trigger source is a unique and useful tool. Now you can trigger on specific RF events to find out what's happening in your design. With the MDO4000 series cross-domain triggers, finding and fixing design issues is now even easier than before.